What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into the channel. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a great day. So we've had the Ram Rebel for almost a year now, a couple months away from having it for a full year, and I figured it was time to start doing a couple of review videos on it and just letting you guys know my thoughts on it. So I see a lot of people doing top 5 videos on, top 5 things that they love about their car or they hate about their car, things like that. And I figured, you know what, I'll do the same thing. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 things that I really like about my 2019 Ram Rebel. All right, now, let's get a little bright over here. Obviously, it's gonna be the 5 things that I really like about my Ram Rebel, but it's also gonna be just kind of this top 5 things that I really like about just the Rebel in general. Let's get some of the details out of the way. This is, like I said, a 2019 Ram Rebel. It is the crew cab, so we got a little bit more room in the back. However, we are running with a shorter bed, and inside we have the massive 12-inch screen to go with the black and red trim interior. No Ram boxes on this particular model, however the Ram boxes are available, as I'm sure you know. As far as suspension goes, air ride is available. However, I did not get it with the air ride, and it's not really something that I needed. I've heard great things about it. I've also heard some horror stories. Hard to say, I don't know. And finally, under the hood, probably the most important part of the truck, is a proper full-size pickup powertrain. We're talking about a 5.7 liter Hemi V8.
Oh my God, this thing's a Hemi.
No V6 here, no diesel, and this truck does not have the e-torque system. So now that you guys got the details on the truck, let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna start with number 5 and work our way up to number 1. Not that they're in any particular order, it's just kind of I had to rank them, but they're not really, it's not like. The number 5, or the first thing that I really like about this Rebel is the center console storage and just the storage options in the truck in general. I've had other trucks before. This is obviously the nicest truck that I've ever owned. It has the most features in it. You got the bucket seats, which are nice, and then you have this huge center console, and a lot of times I just don't feel like it's a good use of space, and Ram really honestly nailed it on the head. You've got a ton of space in here. You've got like a huge amount of space down below. You got your cup holders here, you got your more storage here. This thing moves back and forth, and underneath you've got a ton of storage. You've got the center here, your armrest, which moves up, and it just has a bunch of storage there, and then you've got 2 levels on it too, which is super cool. So the storage in here, man, I've got a bunch of junk in here. I even tend to lose stuff in here because it's just so much room. So kudos to Ram. Just this area right here is really well built. In the back seats and the floor, underneath the floor mats, you've got more storage there. You got these little cubbies that open up. You got more storage there. And then obviously in the back, you have the option of the Ram boxes. Now, like I said, I don't have the Ram boxes. I wanted to go with as much bed space as I could get. And I figured I was already going with a shortened bed, so I didn't want to lose any more space on the sides. But if I had gone with the, longer bed and the extended cab, or I think it's called the extended cab rather than the crew cab, I might have gone with the Ram boxes, because you just get a lot of easy access to storage on the sides of the truck, so you're not having to go all the way in the bed or just kind of throwing things in there and then they shuffle around. It already has this kind of built-in storage system into the truck, which I think is really cool. And now some of these features are obviously not unique to the Ram Rebel or even Rams in general, but it's something that I really like about my Ram Rebel. It's what I like. All right, number 4. I've got my notes here. It's kind of in line with the storage options that come with the truck, and that's going to be the attention to detail that Ram put into this truck. Now, let me explain. For example, in the back, you've got these little storage cubbies, and you lift up the floor mat, and there you got these little storage cubbies. But on those, you've also got places where you can hook straps onto, right? So it's not just a cubby with a lid on it. Now you've got these hooks where you can, fold up the seats, throw something in the back, and if you don't want it bouncing around, you can strap it down. That's pretty cool. That's really taking something and just kind of going to the next level with it. In addition to that, though, there's actually a ruler on the cubbies. The cubby or storage area, it has an insert, and the insert comes out. So not only can you throw a bunch of stuff in there, if it happens to get all dirty, muddy, greasy, whatever you're working on, you can actually take that out. You can wash it, clean it easily, throw it back in there, and you're good to go. And if for some odd reason you find yourself in a situation where, I don't know, you got to measure something and you don't have a ruler, I can't think of a situation where I would have to measure something with a cubby, but should you want to, you can. I don't know, maybe if you're fishing and you caught a fish and you want to know how big it is, I don't know. I'm not a fisherman, but you have that available to you. So I just thought that was a really cool thing that they did, because they're just thinking of ways that they can maximize and put as much value into some of these areas of the truck. Along those same lines, if you look here in the center console area, nope, not that one. Over here, you've got like formulas, and you've got your TAN, your COS, COS, and your SIN. These are mathematical and algebraic equations that I haven't seen, honestly, since high school. And I can't even remember what they're for. But then there's more. There's a conversion chart. So you've got your metric and your US conversion charts. How cool is that? Again, not necessary, but it's space that's available. And the guys at Ram decided to just, why not throw that in there? I don't know that I'm going to need it. I'll probably never use it. Well, actually, maybe the conversion chart I'll use, but I can always look it up on my phone. Regardless, the fact that they put it in there, it just, those little details really, really make me feel confident. Another thing I wanted to point out is that down here, way down at the bottom of this cubby, there's a little flap. On that little flap, you've got the 4 different generations of Dodge Ram trucks to come before this one. This is the 5th gen, so you've got the other 4 generations on there. It's kind of cool, right? Because to me, that just says that the guys at Ram that were designing this truck were proud of the lineage of the truck. They were proud of the heritage of the truck, and they were proud of what this product is, that the 5th generation is really truly something special. And to me, that just inspires confidence, because if they're so proud of their product that they're going to put the previous 4 generations on here, I know it's kind of silly, it's a minor detail, but I think it's pretty cool, and it makes the truck a little bit more fun to own. All right, number 3, sticking with the interior is absolutely stunning. This is a class-leading interior without a doubt, and really, this is what sets the Ram lineup apart from all the other trucks. Now, I know obviously if you're a Ford guy, Chevy guy, Toyota guy, whatever, you're going to be more than likely loyal to your truck, which is fine. That's great. For me, I wasn't a Ram guy. I wasn't a Dodge guy. But when I saw the interior on this truck, it grabbed my attention, man. I really took notice of it. It's just clean, right? It's just done so well, especially with the black and red interior. You've got some cheap materials that come through in very, very small spots, but overall, it feels like a quality interior. And pretty much everybody that I've shown this truck to, like friends and family, they're all across the board blown away by the interior. The interior is just so clean, man. Just the right amount of red accents. Not a bunch of cheap, shiny, plastic all over the place. You've got a couple different finishes going. It is absolutely stellar. It kind of feels like a sports car, but not really, because it still feels like a truck. Ram absolutely nailed it on the interior. there's really not much else I can say. So we're gonna move on to number 2. So the number 2 thing, or the second on the list, however you want to look at it, is the powertrain. The powertrain is just so good on this truck. So you've got the V8 Hemi up front, 5.7 liter, and it's got the 8-speed automatic to go with it. The transmission shifts so smooth. When you get on it, man, it goes. That 5.7 liter Hemi is like perfectly matched to this truck. And I feel pretty good about the Hemi because, right, it's a Hemi. Dodge has been making this Hemi for like ever, I feel like it. And I feel like all they do is just somehow find a way to make it better. And this truck is no exception. Let's see what she's got. Come on, baby. It's just revs. It's just easy, man. This thing just drives easy. Man, this thing just shifts. Boom, 1, 2, 3, and you are gone. So for a truck, this thing is pretty quick. It's got some giddy up. You can definitely feel the torque. I've already towed with it a couple times. I've towed a car, I've towed a bunch of junk, and honestly, just no issues, man. This thing's just smooth. All right, 4 down, 1 to go. My number 1 thing that I really like about my 2019 Ram Rebel is the 12-inch screen. I had to do it. I had to put the 12-inch screen at the very top of the list. Number 1, because the 12-inch screen on this is so handy, and it is truly unique to Ram trucks. This is a class-leading screen. It is the biggest and the best in the segment, and it's really what sets the Ram trucks apart, right? It's sharp, it's beautiful, it's easy to use. The Uconnect system is like made for this. It just all works so well. If you watch my other video, when I first got the truck, I didn't even want this giant screen. I wanted the medium size. I think it's like an 8. I think it was like an 8-inch. Because I just didn't want to pay for it, number 1, and number 2, I didn't want the complications that come with it, because this thing is expensive to fix if it goes down. It's gonna run you about $7,000 to $8,000 to replace this thing at the dealership, so that's a lot, and it's unnecessary, especially in a truck. However, now that I have it, oh man, this thing makes life so much easier, and it makes the truck really that much more enjoyable. You know, when you put in your Apple CarPlay or whatever, the maps come up, they're easy to read, it's very intuitive. The Uconnect system works perfectly with this giant screen. It's almost like they were made for each other, and the Uconnect system is awesome. It completely changes the ownership experience of a truck. It just takes it to another level. This truck becomes that much of a better daily driver. Not only that, but it's changing the truck game altogether. You know, trucks were already becoming kind of daily drivers and replacing cars more and more. This just took it to another level. Those are the top 5 things that really absolutely stood out to me as my favorite features of my Ram Rebel. If you're thinking about buying one of these trucks, I hope this helped. If you already have one of these trucks, let me know your thoughts. What are your top 5 things that you really like about it? If you liked the video and you found it helpful in general, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to check out some of the other content that we have going on, some of the other builds and other videos that we're doing, make sure that you check out the channel. Hit that subscribe button while you are there so you don't miss a minute of the action. All right, cool. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.